Welcome to Japan. In this introductory guide, we will go over the basic information on Japan travel to give you a quick overview of the country as a tourism destination. Let's get started. First things first, where is Japan? Japan is located in the Northwest Pacific Ocean, just off the Sea of Japan. As you can see on the map, it's east of China and Korea and north of Taiwan and Southeast Asia. Japan is an archipelago consisting of 4 main islands. From north to south, these are Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu, followed by a string of small islands which make up Okinawa. Because the country extends from north to south, there is a lot of variation in the climate. Up in the north, Hokkaido is at a similar latitude to the northernmost part of China or the southern tip of Russia. Snowfall is heavier and the air is drier compared to the rest of the country. The weather warms as you travel south and becomes subtropical by the time you reach Okinawa. Let's check out a few quick facts about Japan. Language. The primary language is, of course, Japanese, though a basic level of English does exist. English is part of the school curriculum. Train announcements are made in English, and most signage in major cities is in multiple languages, making it relatively easy for your clients to get around. Currency. The Japanese unit of currency is the yen. Naturally, the exchange rate fluctuates constantly, but most Canadian tourists consider 1 yen to be the equivalent of 1 cent, making 1 Canadian dollar equivalent to approximately 100 yen. Japan remains largely a cash society, although credit cards are becoming more popular in department stores or tourist areas. Many smaller places do not accept credit cards, however, so it is still recommended to carry some cash. Should your clients require additional cash during their travels, ATMs at 7-Eleven convenience stores and post offices can accept a variety of credit cards and bank cards. Time zone. Japan follows Japan's standard time, meaning that they do not practice daylight savings. So the time difference between Japan and Canada changes depending on the time of year. Japan is 13 or 14 hours ahead of Toronto or Montreal and 16 or 17 hours ahead of Vancouver. Electricity. Japan's voltage runs at 100 volts compared to the 120 volts we are used to in Canada. The plug is very similar with 2 flat prongs but no ground. Canada has a short-term stay visa exemption status in Japan, meaning that a Canadian passport holder can stay in Japan for up to 90 days without a visa for tourism purposes. Your passport must be valid for the entire duration of the trip, and you must carry your passport with you at all times. Finally, there is no tipping in Japan. Tipping is not a common practice in Japan, so there's no need to tip in restaurants, taxis, or hotels. For more basic facts about Japan, visit our first-time visitors info page. We also offer resources for handling emergency situations, including injury or illness. Our Guide for When You Are Feeling Ill outlines important details and resources to help visitors navigate the medical system in Japan, as well as safety tips and advice. The guide is available online and in a printable PDF format that your clients can bring with them. There are currently 5 airlines that fly directly from Canada to Japan: Air Canada, All Nippon Airways, Japan Airlines, WestJet, and Zip Air. Flights will land in one of 3 international airports: Narita or Haneda airports in Tokyo, or Kansai Airport in Osaka. The flight time from Toronto or Montreal to Tokyo is about 13 to 14 hours, and about 9 to 10 hours from Vancouver or Calgary to Tokyo. Japan is a land of convenience, with a multitude of options which make it easy to get around. The rail transportation network is convenient and very punctual in Japan. There are underground subways, light rail lines, and of course the Shinkansen bullet train for long-distance travel. Buses, taxis, and car rentals are also convenient options. Storage space on the train is limited, even on the airport express trains, so many people use a luggage delivery service called takyubin. You can arrange for your luggage to be sent ahead to your next destination from a counter at the airport or from the concierge desk of your hotel. You can then travel comfortably without having to bring your suitcases through busy stations. One unique feature on certain train lines is the women-only cars, which are specially marked. Trains can become very full during peak rush hour times, so certain cars are designated as women only to make female travelers more comfortable. There are a variety of options for accommodations in Japan, available at every price point. There are, of course, the usual assortment of Western hotel chains, but there are also traditional Japanese inns, called ryokan. Here you'll find tatami mat flooring, futon bedding, communal baths, and traditional Japanese meals. The inn usually provides a yukata robe and slippers, and it's common to wear these around the facility during your stay. Since Japan is a volcanically active country, hot springs, or onsen, can be found all across the country, and they're a big attraction. There are several hot spring resort towns where you can sample all the different types of mineral baths. Onsen can be found indoors, outdoors, in most ryokan, and even as little foot baths at rest stops. Cherry blossoms are another iconic but short-lived attraction, which people come from all over to experience. Because the country stretches over different climates, the blooms start in the south and move their way north over the successive weeks. In general, the season stretches from the end of March to the beginning of April, but you can access a more detailed cherry blossom forecast on our website for dates in each region. Japan has 4 distinct seasons, each with its own attractions and charms. Whether it be the transient cherry blossoms in the spring, the energetic festivals which abound in the summer, the vibrant autumn leaves, or the powder snow that attracts ski enthusiasts the world over, there is always something to enjoy, no matter when you visit. Food is a big part of Japanese culture, and every region has its variations and specialties. Here we will outline just a few of the many delicious options available. Sushi and sashimi are probably the most famous Japanese foods. Sushi refers to a combination of vinegar rice and a topping, which could be raw fish, or egg, vegetables, or other seafood. Sashimi, on the other hand, is strictly fresh, raw fish without rice. Tempura is any seafood, meat, or vegetable which has been coated in a thin batter and deep fried at very high heat to create a light and crispy dish that's usually served with light dipping sauce. Ramen, a type of noodle soup, has seen a boom in Canada over the last few years. There are many different types and, of course, regional varieties of ramen, but the basic soup bases are shio, salt, shoyu, soy sauce, miso, and tonkotsu, a creamy pork bone broth. The toppings often include slices of pork, seaweed, and a soft-boiled soy sauce egg. Street food is a great way to sample the local cuisine, and it can often be found at the many summer festivals which pop up across the country. Here are a few of the great options to try. Takoyaki, octopus balls, consists of pieces of octopus surrounded by a ball of batter and topped with a mix of sauce, mayonnaise, and bonito flakes. Okonomiyaki, a kind of savory pancake, is made by grilling a mixture of chopped cabbage, flour, egg, and broth, and then topping with meat and sauce. There are many regional variations, including Hiroshima style, where the ingredients are layered and include noodles, or Tokyo style monjayaki, which has a gooier texture. Another common street food is yakitori, chicken skewers, made from different parts of chicken, which are grilled to perfection and often served with beer. Kaiseki is the name for a traditional Japanese multi-course dinner. It consists of a set menu of small dishes made from local, seasonal ingredients, accompanied with rice and miso soup. You'll find these kinds of meals in traditional Japanese inns or in kaiseki restaurants. Bento are packed meals, but in Japan they can become edible works of art. They are readily available in convenience stores, department stores, and bento shops. They're even sold in train stations, so that travelers can purchase them for long-distance trips and eat them on the train. Thank you for watching our guide to basic travel information in Japan. We hope you found it helpful and welcome you to check out our other resources for travel professionals on our website at www.japan.travel/en/ca. There you'll be able to access our digital newsletter, hard copy brochure request form, and online media center for downloadable photo and video content. Don't forget to check out our other videos in our Japan travel series and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X.